In this video, I'm going to be sharing and showing my 5 biggest lessons I've learned in the past 5 years of running an online business. Look, I've made a lot of mistakes and I would like you to avoid these, or at least keep them in mind while you're scaling and growing your business in the upcoming years. So in the past 5 years, I went from a 16-year-old freelancer who didn't know anything about business to an agency owner with a team of 8 people right now. We're running great projects within the SMMA, digital marketing space. We're managing online data and building applications for our clients. We're doing a lot of very interesting projects, but it definitely didn't start up like this. So I sat down for a while thinking about how could I create a video for you to avoid these mistakes that I've made in order to grow faster. But then I realized very quickly it is impossible to avoid all mistakes. Which brings me to my first lesson. Learn before you earn. Look, why do you think that people who won the lottery or got lucky with some crypto pump, after a few years, they get broke again? It's because they didn't develop a skill for gaining this money. They got lucky with something and they spent all of it on stupid things, on liabilities rather than assets, and that's the reason why they got broke again. Look, if you became a millionaire by working hard and gaining all lessons that I will teach you in this video, it doesn't matter if you go broke. With this knowledge, you can build up again and again. In the past 5 years, I've made so many mistakes. I learned so many things from trial and error, just trying new things and exploring and just seeing how things will go. But in these 5 years, all of the mistakes are here. All of the knowledge that I've gained is in my head right now. So if I had to start from zero today, I would definitely be quicker where I am now than the 5 years it had to take right now. So everything is about learning. And a lot of people who start a business start with the motivation of earning a lot of money or making a lot of impact or all of the things that you're seeing on social media. But when you start, especially when you're very young, when you start a business, your first motivation needs to be learning, growing your knowledge, like exploring the world. How does it even work? How could I even get clients? And if you make a mistake, you need to reflect on yourself and think like, how can I become better at this? How can I learn from the mistake that I made today? And how can I make sure that I won't make this mistake tomorrow? Going from 0 to 1 is harder than going from 1 to 100. The first step is the hardest. And the first steps are crucial. And in this path from 0 to 100, it's all about learning. It's all about learning. Even today, where I'm at today, I'm very happy and I'm very proud of where I'm at. But it's not where I want to be. I'm growing, I'm learning every single day. My motivation is to get the best out of myself, to be the best version of myself. My motivation is me in 10 years. But in order to become this person that I would like to be in 10 years, I need to start learning and failing today. It's a hard journey. So starting a business is a hard journey. If you look and listen to the podcast of very successful entrepreneurs, you will see that they will tell you a lot of mistakes that they have been going through. But these mistakes made sure that they ended up in the right place. The biggest entrepreneurs have made the biggest mistakes. That's one thing I can give you and say you for sure. Lesson number 2, focus on the value that you deliver rather than the time you put into it. And what do I mean by that? Let me tell you a story. When I started my business when I was 16 years old, when I was freelancing a little bit, I started as a designer, a graphic designer. So I was making and designing logos, posters, like flyers, business cards, some little things. I started very, very small. And I was charging my clients per hour. I had an hourly wage that I charged myself. It was like 25 or 30 euros an hour, which is almost the same, similar to dollars. But at that time, I just stopped my little job at the supermarket where I was like earning 4 or 5 euros an hour. So I felt great. I felt the richest kid ever, earning 25 euros an hour. But very quickly I realized that I just had a roof over my head. I couldn't scale that hard because every day I had maximum of 8 hours, which I could fill. I could not earn more in a day than this 8 hours because 8 times 25 is like 200 euros. I could only earn 200 euros a day, which is good as a kid of 16 years old, maybe in that time, but I wanted to become a millionaire. I wanted to think big. I wouldn't like to think with limits. And especially when you're starting a business, I think it's crucial to keep this in mind. An hour you can only sell once. You can hire some people in your company and then you can sell it twice or 3 times or whatever. But you can never exponentially grow with this business model. So then I realized very quickly, like I was in the marketing space, and the more value I could bring, the more I could charge. So the more value I will bring in an hour, I could increase my hourly wage, but that was not the case. I was thinking like, how can I deliver value and exchange it for the money and not exchange it in my time? So let me give you an example. What if I would grow and increase your revenue with 50K per month by only working 3 hours a month? Would you care that I work 3 hours a month? Or would you more care about that you will grow 50K a month, which is insane? So these 3 hours are worth a lot for you. I could probably ask 10K for it, 5K, 10K, 8K. I could ask a lot of money for this because I developed a skill of growing your business. But by focusing on the more value you bring, the more you can ask for your client. A very popular quote from Elon Musk is, you get paid in the proportion of the problems that you solve, which means the bigger the problem, the more value you bring, the more you can charge. So search for a big problem. Why does a hamburger around the corner cost you like $3? And do people pay a lot for web designers or a lot for AI specialists, engineers, software engineers? Because this problem that they're solving is a lot bigger than this hamburger, which you can find everywhere. You see, it's a difference between value and time. Lesson number 3, put your customers first. Listen to their needs. And the biggest mistake that I've probably made is that I have 100,000 ideas in my head, which I think are crazy good ideas. And I feel the urge to work it all out, create a website, create an advertising campaign, and work everything out and let's go. Let's start the business and let's earn money. That's how a lot of entrepreneurs think. They're very impulsive. They are very triggered. They are very quick with thinking this might work. Let's put it into practice and let's teach it and let's do it. But this entrepreneur who has the crazy idea doesn't have to buy the product. They have to sell it. But what is the definition of selling? Selling is listening to people and solving a problem that they have. Listen, problem. It's again, you need to solve a problem. So if you see and think, all right, maybe this new idea that I have might work, before you launch it, before you work it out for 100%, go to a few ideal customers that you have, go to them and say, I have this idea. What do you think of it? Would you try it for free? What would you be willing to pay for it? Just ask them and try to find if it's really a product market fit. One of the hardest things in business is creating product market fit, which means creating a product that a lot of people want and need. Then you have a product market fit. But in order to get the right product market fit is by listening to the economy, listening to the people in your surroundings. If you have an idea, write it down, work it all out, and go to a few of your ideal customers, of your potential customer, and try to ask them, tell them, this is my idea, what do you think of it? And also, when you already started your business and you have a few clients, go to your clients and frequently ask them, what can I improve? What can I do better? Because even though you have clients, they definitely have something to tell you that you could improve. And when you listen to this, every day you learn something and you grow further. And every day that you will have some feedback from the external world, your product gets better. Because when the world around it wants this product and this product gets more perfect by time, after a few years you will have an insanely good product or service. Lesson number 4, focus on your own strengths and surround yourself with experts. A big mistake that I've made as well is once I grew my business and I had a lot of more tasks within my company and a few services which we were combining at that time, I was trying to do everything myself. I was doing 101 things together. At the same time, managing it was crazy. And there were a lot of things that I didn't like to do or that I didn't even really could do. So it took me a lot of time to figure everything out, to learn everything, but it wasn't really in my own strength. It wasn't really in my own capacity to really do it. So once I really wanted to scale my business, I grew my team. I got collaborations and partnerships with other freelancers in the first place. After that, I grew my team even further. And today, my business has a team with a lot of different people, with a lot of different expertise in it. Like, for example, we have someone who does meta ads. We have a specialist in Google Ads. We have a specialist, a web developer, software engineer, a sales specialist who is responsible for the new business. And by combining these expertises, we now have a great company which is able to do bigger projects, works more seriously, and grow even further. Lesson number 5, and also the last lesson that I would like to share with you today, is build strong and long-lasting relationships. Networking is key in order to grow. Look, business is solving problems. Sometimes you just open your YouTube and you see all of these numbers, people telling you earn 10K a month and earn this and do that, and build a e-commerce brand which does this many orders. It's all numbers. Everything we do is shared digitally today. But we need to keep in mind that we're doing business with people. We need people to buy from us. It's not only on the screen. We need people, real people that buy from us. So we need to build connections. We need to build relationships. We need to go to network events, and we need to be able to chat and build connection with them. It's important to get clients, but also important to get partners, team members, people around you can open new doors. You need to be out there, out in the world, telling who you are, what you offer, and what you do. Make sure you have a great personality, and make sure you shake hands, give something for free in order to get some things back later on. Be willing to invest in long-lasting relationships. It's very important in order to grow your business later on. Everything, this whole economy is built on people, real people that we need to be interacting with. So make sure that you will go out there and sometimes send this message. Go out and shake that hand of the people that you're interested in. Just go out and make sure that you network in order to grow your business. So let me give you this example. Because I sometimes share my thoughts online, and so because I share my videos and share my things and do my things online, I get a lot of great responses. And a few weeks ago, I received a text from a great guy who was telling me, "Oh man, I watch your videos, very inspiring, very nice. I would love to work with you. I'm a software engineer, very young guy, very talented." And we hopped on a call, and he's in my team right now. We're doing business together. We're doing great projects. Like in 1 month, we were already doing great projects together. So it's very interesting how just sharing your thoughts and going out to a network event, shake hands, post something on LinkedIn can bring you to some things further in life. So if you would practice these 5 lessons that I've told you today, you could end up pretty far. But please focus on the long term to build a solid future for yourself.